Good evening, and welcome to a quick episode of part one of Que-stead-Que. What you gonna do? I don't know, but something's gonna grow. Whoops! Just knocked over all those bottles. I forgot to open my door. It's so hot today, y'all, that once I got home from the farmer's market, first of all, I took a nap. There's my sunshine. I like getting sunshine in here. Booger has wreaked havoc today, y'all. I'm not dressed. Actually, I got on this thin duster, so I'm not stepping out front today. But Booger knocked over all that over there again. He got one of my ears of corn, and so today is the day, y'all. We'll get to that in a second. Excuse my kitchen. I haven't cleaned nothing. I went to the farmer's market, but I want to show you my haul. Okay? They had these baskets. They were smaller baskets, and however many vegetables they could get in the basket, they sold for $3. So for $3, I got a basket, and it contained 2, 4, 5 onions, and these are nice size. That's enough for me to cut. I'm going to cut them on tomorrow and start dehydrating so that I can make some onion powder. I found they had these sweet peppers, and on my tour video that I'll post later this evening, you'll see. They had these sweet peppers called, I forgot the name of them. Shepherd's peppers. That's what they were called. And they are sweet pepper, and they were big like these. The lady wouldn't sell them to me because she didn't take the credit card. She took cash only. And she was like, I'll take the credit card, but if I take the credit card, you have to purchase a $10 minimum. And I'm like, I'm not doing that because I don't see anything else here that I want to get. And so she wouldn't do it. So Shepherd's peppers, they got left. Okay. But anyway, I went to another vendor and I was able to get some sweet banana peppers. So for, I think everybody was pretty much charging the same, $3 for these. And then I messed around and found some patty pan squash. First of all, these people had the Zephyr squash, and the lady was shocked that I knew what type of squash it was. I said, I just planted some Zephyr squash. She was like, you're good. I was like, I just planted some, so that's how I knew they were Zephyr. But here's the kicker. First of all, I got the patty pans for free because they didn't take the credit card, only cash. So now I know when I go to the farmer's market to just take cash and be done with it, because some of them do take credit cards and some of them don't. Okay, so they didn't take the credit card. So I was like, well, I can't get them. I said, because I don't have any cash on me. And so she went on, she's like, well, this is your first time here. She was like, and you didn't know. She was like, go on and take the squash. So she gave them to me. I was like, well, thank you. So if I had paid for them, the squash would have been $2 per squash or 3 for $5. So that's what I was going to get, the 3 for $5. But this is so amazing. Let me show y'all. And I'm going to save seed from only one of these squash, not all of them. Let me find my special one here. Okay, as you can see, I got 2 white ones, and she actually picked them out. So she gave me, one of the bigger ones and then the small one. And then she gave me this one. And I was like, oh my God, it's a hybrid, y'all. It looks like a yellow squash, doesn't it? Look. It has been hybrided. She must have, or they, the farm people, must have planted this right next to the Zephyr, and it got cross-pollinated. So a bee or whatever pollinated that Zephyr squash, went straight to the patty pan after that. And so this looks like a Zephyr squash. Zephyr has the green at the bottom and then whatever color at the top. So I'm definitely saving the seed from this because it's hybrid. So this should give me some combination patty pan Zephyr squashes next year. So this one probably won't, well, I'll eat some of it, but for the most part, when I get that core out, which is right here where the lump is, I'm going to get the seeds from this. The rest of these, I'm not saving seed from, not the peppers nor the other patty pan. Okay, so that's it for as far as the food items were concerned. Oh, I did get potatoes, and I'll show you those in a minute. And those are to eat now. I'm not saving those, but I might go back and get some more. And this farm market is open year round, and the farmers have veggies year round. They store them, and so year round you can go to this farm market because they're indoors, and you can buy your veggies. And you know, your fruits may not be in season in the winter, but you will still be able to get squash and any type of vegetable that you want in the winter time. And I was so happy to hear that. So I'll be going back. I found a new bee man. And so this is 8 Mile Honey. They had different ones that were produced in different spots. So this was produced from bees on 8 Mile Road in Detroit. And so this little bottle was $6. It says 6 ounces, but it's a nice sized bottle. And I can't wait to taste it. They had smaller bottles. They had little 3-ounce bottles for like $2. Then they had the big giant bottles, whatever size you want. So I want to taste this first. So I went with the 6 ounce. And so I'll taste this, see how it tastes, and then I shall go back if I like the 8 Mile Road honey. Okay, then, like I said, excuse the mess. I threw the potatoes in here. So I paid like $2 for the potatoes altogether at the farm market. I spent, for what I got, I spent less than, I think I spent like $25. And I did not get, and excuse the mess, y'all, I got a book. It was a book vendor there for vintage books. And so I bought this book here for a couple of dollars. And then I used to watch as a kid, it was a show called Kid Power. Those of you who are 60 and older, or at least 50, nah, you have to be at least 60 to remember the show Kid Power. Because Kid Power came on back in the early 70s. Kid Power. And it featured kids of different ethnicities. And then they had the bully, of course. But I loved that show when I was a kid. And so anyway, and they solved little problems and stuff. And so that book brought back so many memories of that show that I loved as a little 6-year-old, that I went on and bought the book, Kid Power. And so you might can pull up Kid Power on YouTube, because they have a lot of those vintage shows that I like to go back and watch from time to time that I watched as a kid. Okay, then from the market, so this is what I got. And then I ordered a herb book, y'all. And I'm challenging y'all. They had so many of this version. It's called Rodale's Encyclopedia of Herbs. And it's a really nice book. And there's a slew of them on eBay for like $5. And this is a big encyclopedia. It's as thick as this book here, this complete gardening book. And I paid $5 for mine, but they have some for $3, depending on what condition you want your book. They have some newer, and the new ones, which are from the same year, but they're newer condition, not used. Those are a little bit more, like $7. I saw one for $12. You know, so the prices vary anywhere from $3 up. And so I went with the $5 one with free shipping. So I challenge y'all to get that book called it's called Rodale's Encyclopedia of Herbs, and they're illustrated pictures, everything. It was a great book, so I ordered mine. So I'll be getting it between the 8th and the 13th of August. I'm assuming I'll get it probably within the next couple of days here, probably by Wednesday. And when I get it, I'll show it to you. But yeah, we can all own the same book, y'all. And since we're all doing the herbs and, you know, the spicing and all that, so let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, so then from the farmer's market, I decided, okay, let me get on to Menards, because Booger has wreaked havoc. He got one of my corns and he just knocked it off the thing. And that corn is in the car, so I'm gonna have to sneak out there when it gets dark, because I'm half dressed. I gotta sneak to the car and get that corn because it's sitting in my front seat. And the ear was perfect. It was a small ear, but it had filled out and everything. It just hadn't finished. And I didn't like that. So I got my trap. So here it is. And I ended up getting a medium. They didn't have any of the large ones left. And the guy, the first thing when I told him I was looking for a groundhog trap, he took me to the kill traps, okay? I was like, no, I'm trying to be humane. I was like, I don't want to kill them, you know. Ooh, they had some massive kill traps there too. But anyway, I got this, no harm, humane trap. And so this is what it looks like. So hopefully I will be able, Booger, I'm assuming he can fit in there. So we'll see what happens. He may not, I don't know. I'll look at it, you know, and I'm gonna try to get it put together, but it's getting set out tonight. And it'll catch squirrels and rabbits too. So I know I got a squirrel. So, but Booger, yeah. Tonight is the night, and it'll catch them. Okay, then I went, while I was at Menards, my plan was to just buy that. But then I went on back there to the garden center at Menards, and lo and behold, I had to go on and get these fertilizers because they are not cheaper nowhere else. I paid $5.99 for the worm castings, and y'all know worm castings, I know at Home Depot they're darn near $20. I told y'all that a few weeks ago. Nice size bag for $5.99. I also found my sulfur. I need that for the potatoes next year. So they say potatoes need the sulfur, so I got it. And then for $10, and I know that this is like $22 everywhere else, the same bottle at Home Depot and Lowe's, fish emoji. I think that's what they call it. But anyway, it's the fish stuff. So I went on and got a bottle of that for the first time ever. I've never used the fish emoji. So I went on and bought it because it was $10. So I spent, in Menards for everything that I got there. And then I bought a few supplies. I bought some butter herb for my grilling tomorrow. I just got that because it looked good and it was from Watkins. In fact, let me show it to you. Let's go back into the junky kitchen. Here it is. I bought 2 of them because they were real cheap. And I said, I can use this for tomorrow. So I went on and got it because y'all know I love my Watkins pepper. Anything Watkins is tried and true, okay? So I went on and got it. So anyway, like I said, I bought 2 of them. So anyway, that was it for today's adventure. So now I have a headache, but that's because of the heat. It is so hot out there. It's in the 90s. So I'm gonna open this trap while I'm in here, open it up, get it set up to make sure I know how to set it up. And tonight I'll wait until evening and I'll get it set out. And I know, Jen, you mentioned covering it. I don't know what to cover it with, but I don't want him to burn up because it's so hot out there. So I may use a towel or something to cover that with. Oh, and good news, y'all. The tree people came today. They're doing the trees across the street from me. And they were supposed to give me a load because you could either get a full load or you can't get anything. So I told them I don't need a full load, but it's either full load or nothing. So I told them, okay, I'll take another full load, because when I thought about it, I said, number one, it'll be there in the winter, you know, it'll sit all winter back there. No one will be able to see it because it's at the back of my driveway. And then thirdly, it's going to come in handy because when I get those new garden beds next year, I'll be able to chip around those garden beds. And so I'm gonna need those extra chips for that. I'll be able to finish that back area, clear up the hill. So I'm gonna kill off that grass, even the hill part. So I'm gonna have very little grass left, you know, where that one table is. It'll all be smooth and it won't take me no time to cut it back there, and it'll look nice. And I'll have extra wood chips for the garden beds once those come in February. I can get those chips, you know, around those. And then also because I'm still trying to decide where I'm going to put the second garden bed, because I'm getting 2 of the 32s. I know one will go where that garden bed is, where the corn is, so it should fit there good. But then since I'm getting an extra one, I'm thinking of maybe putting it in that back area where the clothesline is, because that area does get full sun now. So either that, or maybe perhaps on the side of the house, you know, that pathway, because that also gets full sun. So I may put a garden bed there. I don't know. And then I said I'm gonna buy the round one to replace the keyhole garden, but I may end up buying just the 132, you know, the long one, and then maybe I'll buy a few of the round ones, you know, because those are a lot cheaper. So I might end up getting maybe 3 of the round ones, so I could put a round one, you know, at the keyhole garden, put a round one back there in that corner, you know, by the clothesline, and then maybe stick another round one somewhere, you know, in the middle of the yard or whatever. I don't know. I'll get it figured out. But anyway, so they're bringing me the chips. They were supposed to bring them today at 5, but then what happened was I spoke with them later, and they said that they chopped down so many weeds along with the trees that they got today across the street. They said, you know, they inspected each area before the cutting. So the area that they're going to be starting with on Monday will not have weeds. He said there is a small, slight chance that if I took the wood chips today, he said, you can do it, you can take a chance. He said, but there's a small chance that because we cut so many weeds along with the trees that could not be avoided, he said there's a chance that those weed seeds can germinate in those wood chips, he said, and you'll lay those wood chips and possibly end up getting weeds on top of the wood chips. He said that can happen. He said, I would much rather you get a clean batch. He said, and the batches that we're going to do on Monday, because they're going to still be they're going to be starting over there. I don't know if you can see through my door. They're going to be starting there. He said they're going to have about 10 trucks Monday because they're behind due to the rain. So the whole crew is coming. He said, we can get you a clean batch, one of these trucks. He said, and then Monday we'll set it and you won't have to worry about the weeds. He said, because if you get a clean batch like you did that first time, because they remembered me, of course, it's the same people. He said, if you get another clean batch, he said, as long as you put that weed block underneath the wood chips, he said, they'll last you for years to come and you won't have to worry about anything growing out of there. He said, and he said, you'll have extra. And so I told him, okay. I said, we'll do that. So anyway, so Monday I will be getting the wood chips, and the temperature is supposed to drop Monday, and it's not supposed to rain. So that's it. And why have I been on here 20 minutes? So, okay, so I'll make sure that my next video, because all I want to do is just show you where Booger attacked, and I want to show you the green beans that I moved. So that'll be it. So anyway, I'm going to get off of here, and I will talk to you guys later, and may God bless you all. And I might just use the tour video for tomorrow. You see what I got, so I can do the tour video tomorrow, and you'll see the market. But I will definitely be going back there, and you will see more of that market, you know, throughout the rest of the summer and winter. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.